What was it like shooting True Detective on that show?
That is one of the rare things that I remember shooting, where I really, really felt like we were doing something special on that show. Cary Fukunaga is just such an incredible director. Nick Pizzolatto, his writing was there. It was just a very, very special project. We had an amazing DP, and of course, Matthew and Woody. It just felt really, really special. But even knowing that, when I saw it myself, I couldn't even believe the level of because you just saw every department bringing it, from like the camera to just the production design, as you can see.
Felt like you're watching a movie every episode.
Yeah, truly.
Like a big time major motion picture.
Yeah, it was very special.
Every single time.
Yeah.
How intense was it on the set? Was there joking on the set?
It was
a
very intense. It was a very intense set. It was an intense set. In fact, nobody knew it, but I was 5 months pregnant at the end of that, and I wasn't showing. But I remember it was in our final episode, and Woody was screaming at me. Not at me, but at the character, of course, right? Okay, I just want to clarify.
Yes.
And it was the first, and it was the first time I felt my baby kick.
Get out of here.
Yes, and I remember going. I felt like my pupils dilate, and I never ever watch playback on anything that I ever do. But I remembered my pupils dilated, not because he was yelling at me, but because I felt my son kick, who I didn't know was a boy at the time. And I went back to the monitor and I said, "Can I see that last take?"
Right.
And it was a close up, and I saw my pupils just go like that wide, and I'll never forget that moment.
Wow.
And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then it was like a week or two later, I wrapped and I told everybody that I was.
You're too kind to do that, because I would think, "Wow, you're an incredible actor."
No, but you know what? It's so funny. You'll appreciate this because nobody knew. But as you know, the story was told in chronological order.
Yes.
And my character ages about 20 to 25 years, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was, my ass kept getting bigger every episode. And I kept going back to the And I kept going back to the costume designer, and I was like, "Sorry, I went home for a few weeks. I put on a little bit." She's like, "No, it's great. Don't even worry about it. It just looks like you're, you're just, She thought I was being method, but really, I was growing a baby. I was 5 months pregnant, and I wasn't showing, but my butt was. So my face was getting plumper the older I got.
But did they use that take? Is it in the
I don't know. It's
show?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and see.
Because I'd love to, you would look at that scene that's the moment where you first felt your
I need to go back and
kick.
actually
That's
check
amazing.
that. I never even thought about that.
That would be absolutely amazing. So your son is then now what?
He's 8.
So
he's 8. That's hard to believe. That was 8 years ago. My God.
At what point does your son see True Detective?
I don't think they have zero interest in what I do. Truly.
Come on.
They love the craft service table, and that is all.
That is great, because my kids, when they come here, they're complaining the chips aren't that great.
Right?
They just want to hit the food.
Yeah, that's just kind of all they're interested in. And granted, I haven't done very many movies that they can't see. I've done Pixels, which is a kid's movie.
Yes.
But they haven't. And I asked Willow, our daughter, who's 13, who could watch this show, Echoes. And I said, "Do you think you'll watch it?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "You can watch it." She's like, "I know." Just
I'm
zero
looking
interest.
at it here. That's true.
Yeah.
So Gone Baby Gone now.
Yeah.
No. The Mission Impossible movies.
Yes, they can get into that.
Okay.
Yeah, Tommy's into that.
Okay, you got that.
Yeah.
Let me see what else. The Born Supremacy.
They could maybe.
Maybe.
There's not a whole lot on the list.
Do
you know what I did do though once with my son?
What?
Is I didn't know that when you went onto the Apple TV thing, that you could type in my name and all my movies come up.
Sure.
I had no idea. So I typed it in, and because somebody told me to do it, and there I was driving the truck on Trucker. And I was like, "Do you want to see mommy driving a truck?" And he was like, "Uh-huh." And it shows a perfect 1 minute. It's because he's got an attention span of a gnat. And of me, just the cool bits of me driving a truck. And then I was like, "Do you want to see Mullen and I together?" And it's just a minute of Mullen and I and Heartbreak Kid. It shows the trailer. And he was like looking at me like going, wow, mom is super cool.
Yeah.
And there's none of the bad bits of anything, but it was like I could show him all the cool things that I did. So that was like a good exercise.
Mommy points for
I got some mommy points
for being a truck driver and trucker.
Exactly.
Okay, that works out for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm looking to I guess it'll be a difficult question one day when your son looks at you and says, "Mommy, what is Ghost Protocol?" And you're going to have to give an answer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we were wondering before, like, what the hell is a Ghost Protocol? I saw the movie and I still didn't understand.
I still don't know what Ghost Protocol is either. I really don't, and I was in the movie. I still don't know what it was.
Or it's like Fight Club. You shouldn't talk
about Fight Club. Exactly.
Ghost Protocol.
What's the fallout? Like, what is
I don't
the
know.
Rogue Nation?
I don't want to find out.
Exactly.
I don't want to find out.